If you would please stand and join me for the pledge. Okay, at this time, I'd like to make a motion for executive session for the purpose of reviewing 6 personnel matters with no action to follow. Do I have a second? And all those in favor? To reconvene into open session. Do I have a second? Josh, all those in favor? That's unanimous. We already did the pledge this evening, so I'll move into a moment of silence. I'd like to have a moment of silence for the following individuals. Victor Barkley, a graduate of the North Syracuse Central School District, and John Abulencia, a graduate of the North Syracuse Central School District. Thank you.
I want to talk about two people. And the first one is Abulensi, senior of North Syracuse. I want to go through a little bit of his life because what he has done for this community. He started school at the Brown School because at that time we were not centralized. And it's on Buckley Road, wherever the Buckley Road Baptist Church is. That was a school. He attended North Syracuse High School, not that one because it wasn't built. He started at Main Street School. He decided to drop out of school. Parents weren't happy, and he joined the railroad. But then after that, he served 2 years in the Army in Germany. And then he volunteered, are you ready for this? 62 years, he was a fire department fireman. 62 years. However, my friend, Dr. Melvin, in 2010, called him up and interviewed him and said, because of what you have done, you are going to receive a high school diploma. So I think that's a great story, and thank you, Michael, for honoring him. Somebody we're not honoring, but we should honor, is Jody Rogers. Jody Rogers led the Cicero Youth Bureau and Parks Recreation Department for 37 years in this community. And she was one of the founders of the canteen in 1999. We will miss both these people. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. We have a couple of presentations this evening. The first one is student recognition for student placed first in the New York State Missing Children's Day poster in 5th grade.
There we go.
Turn on the volume.
Testing. Thank you. Okay, we're here tonight to honor Haley Morey, and I'm going to read what she has on her certificate, and then I think she's going to talk a little bit about it, right? All right. So Haley Moyer is a 5th grade student at Gillette Road Middle School. Haley placed first in the 2025 New York State Missing Child's Day poster contest. We commend Haley for her exceptional work and the pride she brings to our school and community. We're super proud of you. So Haley, here, I'll hold on your certificate as you read, okay?
Hello, my name is Haley Morey. I am a 5th grade student at Gillette Road Middle School. I am grateful to be here today to represent my community and my state as first place winner of Bringing Our Missing Children Home poster contest. My teacher, Miss Gwen, told us about this event in our social studies class, and I immediately knew that I wanted to enter this contest to help spread awareness for child safety in hopes that every child has a safe childhood. My poster shows strong arms hugging a teddy bear and waiting for a missing child to return home. I drew a map in the background of my poster to show we are all connected and our goal is to help children. This is a symbol to never lose hope. My design is created of thinking about the stories my mom, a special education teacher, tells me. Her students have a hard time expressing themselves with words, so I choose to use the American Sign Language symbol for the word hug. I got to meet some very important people in Albany at my award ceremony that will forever be a memory for me. Those people work with organizations that support families of children who need to be found. Thanks to the people who refuse to give up, who share stories, and to those who work tirelessly to support our children. Many of our children have been found. I feel honored to have had this opportunity to be a small part of somebody's story of how. Thanks.
Oh. Thank you, Haley. Next up, we have the Cicero Elementary students who placed first in the New York State Department of Education math competition for second grade. So Nick.
There's no way I want to follow. Are we there? Okay. That was really good, Haley. I don't know how to really follow that. But I get just an amazing opportunity to highlight three really wonderful students and a teacher who kind of led the way in second grade at Cicero Elementary. All of our K through 5 students participate in, they don't participate, they do a digital program called First in Math. It is actually provided by New York State Education Department. And NYSED also puts on a competition. So what happens is the students take this competition in March and are told about a month later, 2 weeks to a month later, that they are invited to the state competition. Well, we didn't hear anything about it, and we just kind of thought, there's no one from our district made it. And then all of a sudden, we found a missing email that it went to the wrong people. And in so doing, we recognized that there was a second grade class, a group of 3 students who qualified for the state competition. So we got to talk to all their parents. They said, yeah, we can bring them out. Miss Langendorfer, who is the second grade teacher of these 3 students, also said, yes, I can go out on Saturday, end of May, and took them out there. In so doing, as they were out there, they competed in something called the 24 game. And the 24 game is just a number sense fluency game. And while doing so, they advanced all the way through. They got to the semifinals. And the reason I'm telling this story is because I want you guys to know we don't just raise strong academic students, we raise strong character students. What happened in the semifinal game is that they had to have like a they had to work against another team, and in doing so, that other team lost. And of course, that other team was really sad and was crying. And our 3 students in second grade immediately went over, didn't care that they had won, but went over to those other 3 students and consoled those other 3 students who were not getting to advance. And then they go to the final championship portion of it. And in that final championship, the thing that distinguished them from the other group in the finals was that the judge came over and they explained their thinking much better than the other group. They explained exactly how they went through it, and ultimately came out on top as the state champions in second grade for all of second grade in New York State. So I would like to recognize James Trianfero, Victor Oliver, and Zoe Butler. Will you 3 come up? Look at that trophy. That is a pretty amazing trophy. Good job, guys. Miss Langendorfer is not going to come up, but Miss Langendorfer is a second grade teacher at Cicero Elementary, and just was so excited and so integral in this. She prepared the students. And you know what? It wasn't just these three. What I always saw when I went to the classroom is that the entire classroom was rallying around these three and so excited to be a part of it. So really cool opportunity to recognize these three students. I'm really proud of everything that you guys have done. What's that? Oh yeah, absolutely. Will you walk that trophy around, Victor? Yeah, just walk it here. Come here. Right there. Show all of them. I have to say one other thing that I think you guys will really love. I got to go out and visit the class 2 days before the competition. And this is Victor. Victor looks to me. All I'm known as Math Man in their room. And he says, "Hey, you know, my name's Victor, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just learned that, Victor." He's like, "You know what Victor stands for, right?" He says, "Victor stands for victory, and we're getting victory in Albany." So he made it happen. Nice job, all three of you guys.
I just want to thank the teacher too, Holly, all that you have done for that school, Cicero Elementary. I had the fortune to work with her, not just in math, but she is exceptional in every subject you teach, and every child that you teach is lucky to have you. You're amazing.
Next, I'd like to invite Jackie up to present student recognition for the Triple C Award from the Office of New York Attorney General. All right, I turned it down, so.
Can you hear me? Oh, God.
No.
How about this? So I'm here today for Azariah Fernandez. I'll just give a little background. This is called the Attorney General's Triple C Award. And I'm just going to read a little thing I wrote about her because. Okay. I am so proud to recognize Azariah Fernandez as a recipient of the Triple C Award, a distinction that celebrates character, courage, and commitment. The Triple C Award from the New York State Attorney General's Office is a prestigious state-level award that spotlights New York State students who exemplify exceptional bravery, moral fiber, dedication, and often amid adversity, setting a standard for excellence and service in their communities. Azariah exemplifies these core values through her extraordinary leadership as part of the SCORE program, the Student Coalition on Race and Equity for all of Onondaga County, and the Human Rights Club at CNS, as well as her Board of Education participation at the North Syracuse Central School District. I first met Azariah during her 10th grade year at the Human Rights Club, and it has been a genuine privilege to witness her grow as a leader. She has discovered a powerful voice for change and consistently leads with empathy, integrity, and steadfast dedication. As a leader in our school district, Raya took on the vital responsibility of educating others on complex and often challenging topics such as implicit bias, systemic racism, mental health, Ramadan, Black history, Native American land acknowledgements, Dia de los Muertos, and cultural representations in our schools. She has fiercely advocated for students' rights, helped fundraise for those who are underserved in our community, such as coat drives, school supply drives, organizing gift baskets for the unhoused, volunteering to clean and set up homes for new Americans, helping organize the Umoja cultural dinners, the Festival of Nations, and organize and order flags for all the cultures represented in our school district. Through her facilitation, Azariah demonstrated exceptional skill in building understanding across our diverse groups at CNS High School and promoting equity at the local level as her student leadership role on the Board of Education. Azariah's leadership contributes and courage, Azariah's leadership, contributions, and courage to lead difficult conversations, commitment to social justice, and character as a compassionate change maker have left an enduring impact on the North Syracuse Central School District community. Please welcome me in honoring Azariah with the Triple C Award as we celebrate not just her accomplishments, but the strength of her voice, the clarity of her vision, the positive impact and change, and the promise of the future she inspires.
Congratulations, Azariah. Next up, I'd like to invite Tim up for the athletics presentation.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing me to be here today to celebrate the 24-25 athletic season. We have a lot to celebrate. We had a wonderful year this year for the North Stars. This past weekend ended scholastic spring sports, which is always a sad time of the year, but also happy as we get into graduation and those celebrations. And although Friday was disappointing loss in the state semifinals, the girls have a lot to be proud of. They were league champs, Section 3 champs, region champs with a record of 19-2. This weekend, we also had two North Stars become state champions in track. Anna Els and Cameron Ingram won state titles. Anna won in the high jump. Cameron won in the 110 hurdles. Anna also finished second in New York State in the triple jump and third in the long. Aaliyah McDonald finished fourth in the 100 hurdles. Andrew Potter finished fourth in the pentathlon, and Anthony Johnson third in the triple jump. So we had a very good showing at the New York State track meet at Middletown this past weekend. Last week, we had a few golfers finish 17th in New York State. Drew Kippen was part of the Section 3 team, which won the New York State title for the first time in 13 years. Chloe Tice led Section 3 at the state tournament with the lowest score in the states with an 82. And of course, we can't forget about this spring, Coach Bailey and the baseball boys winning the sectional title for the first time in 9 years. That was a very exciting baseball game for sure. So overall, this school year, we compiled 11 league titles, 7 sectional titles, and 1 region title. Pretty good year for the North Stars. So last year at the board meeting, I had Matt Davidson here, Integrity. We presented on what it means to live the North Star way. Well, that's still a work in progress, and this year we were able to speak to many of the teams from the varsity to the modified. And while winning titles are great, the most important thing is the opportunities that we're giving these student athletes and students and how our coaches are preparing them for life. So I have a short video from 6 athletes that we interviewed, what it means to them to wear the North Star jersey and to live the North Star way.
Being a part of the CNS athletics program has allowed me to create friendships that I never would have had if it wasn't. For athletics. Being a part of the CNS athletics program has allowed me to create friendships that I never would have had if it wasn't for athletics. And responsibility. Being a part of the CNS athletics program has allowed me to create friendships that I never would have had if it wasn't for athletics, and learn life skills like discipline and responsibility that have really just helped all aspects of my life.
Being on a CNS team impacted my life by creating bonds and friendships that will last forever and memories that will last forever.
Being on a CNS team has given me so many friendships with teammates, coaches, and other people outside of CNS on other teams. And it's given me just the opportunity to grow myself as a person and as an athlete.
My favorite memory has to be from the beginning of my junior year this year. In October, we beat Beeville 3-0 at home for our last home game with the seniors this past year. And the seniors is the most exciting environment I've played in Benton.
My favorite memory from being on a team at CNS is winning a sectional championship in football my sophomore year. It was just a great feeling when the time hit 0 and we rushed the field. It was great.
My favorite memory from playing sports is recently winning a sectional title with the team. That's a memory that I'll hold forever and try and continue that to next year.
My favorite memory from playing sports CNS is winning a state championship with my lacrosse team last year, and probably also winning a state championship for my 4x8 indoor track team.
I live the North Star way by just remembering to always try setting an example and doing well in school or in sports and just being a good person.
I live the North Star way by holding myself and my teammates accountable and always bringing the best out of my teammates and myself to try and strive for excellence.
I live the North Star way by setting an example everywhere I go, especially for the younger girls looking to play sports when they're older and just making it seem really cool and trying to create a positive environment everywhere I go. Being a North Star means to me is always being positive and looking for the best out.
All right. Well, I'll move to the end of the celebration. I guess there's a few gentlemen here. I guess not all could come that I would like to publicly recognize for their hard work and dedication to CNS athletics. They don't know why they're here, but this spring was very challenging with our lovely CNY weather. But our 8 grounds crew guys are out there every day in the elements, making sure our fields and playing surfaces are ready, safe, and playable. Just an example, last week or the week before, we had the state qualifier, and 2 this year, boys, and then the girls. And after the boys meet, the track official said our shot put kick plate was off-centered and needed to be moved. Wires drilling in the concrete. So a phone call, we had 24 hours to get it done. A phone call, in 3 hours it's finished and re-drilled in the concrete. And so 3 of them are here tonight, and I would like to give them a little gift as a token of appreciation and thank them for all they do for the athletic department and for our kids. So if Aaron, Rich, and Shane would come up. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Okay, we have no comments from the audience this evening, but as always, we encourage the public to come and express something. Board of Education Committee reports, Mr. Thorne. After.
I want to ask a question. So the policy committee met on that. Was it passed on to teachers to look at it? Was it passed on to students? Looks to me like it coming from somewhere else, but I don't. Yes, but did it go to other students? I was on the policy committee. It was cut up and taken to other. I bet, because a couple times, my concern is, aren't these coming from a different? They're coming from
Erie one.
Erie. Not our policy. It's an Erie policy.
Correct.
I may be voting.
This is just a first reading. We're not formally adopting this tonight. So there is still, it still will be going around for people to look
All right, so on the legislative committee, I will not be the chair next year. Somebody else may want to step up. But Ryan, please stand up because it's going to be your night tonight. Azariah Fernandez, in recognition and appreciation of your membership and participation on the North Syracuse Central School District Board of Education Legislative Committee, signed by President Michael Maurizio, Superintendent Dr. Ward, and yours truly. Thank you for being on that committee and letting us know student concerns about safety and also about the cell phone. Thank you.
Any other legislative reports? Dr. Ward.
Thank you. And I just wanted to kind of make light of our internet issues this evening because we had a cyber attack simulation this afternoon. So hopefully that's not our cyber criminals trying to attack our network. But one of the things that I learned a lot of things at that meeting. But one of the things that I learned is that our preparedness is really good as far as cyber attacks and things like that go. So I just, it's not been that way in every district that I've worked. So I just feel confident that our team, the knowledge that was shared at that meeting was just fantastic. So I just wanted to let you all know that. Mr. Bednarski did leave, but I did want to thank him publicly for a wonderful season since I've been here in January, and I know you had a great fall season as well. The thing that I'm most impressed about Mr. Bednarski is he's always there. Whether it's a CNS event or not, he's there. So I recently was able to attend some different track pieces and things like that, and they were events that we had no teams doing, and just because of our facility and all the time he puts in, I just want to thank him publicly for all of that. So thank you, Tim. And then I know we're going to honor Azariah a little bit later, maybe with some cake and things, but I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're the first student that I spoke with when I came to CNS, and I thought in the back of my mind, wow, what a great place I'm in, because if they're all like Azariah, then I'm coming to an amazing place. And that's really what I found. So thank you, kiddo. You've been awesome.
Board comments.
Just really quick, Dollars for Scholars. It's such an amazing program. I know Bob does a lot, Rosemary, Chrissy Starosi, there's so many other people. Just such an awesome program. It gives scholarships to so many of our students. I can't remember how much money you would know. I don't know, a lot. Yeah, lots of money. And these kids just, I don't know, it's just a great ceremony, especially, it's a lot of kids, not the kids that are always getting awards. There's a lot of kids up there that's their only award. And I don't know. It's just a great program, and thank you for supporting it.
Anybody who participated in the challenge? Josh had a team. But I'm going to give you an honorary doctor of letters because you put up with that foursome. But that day they raised about a great thing and fun to be involved in, and they'll. Why don't you say a few words about it? I want to say thank you. I mean, we had our first, Bob referred to it earlier. It took a while, but we got our first student last year. Wonderful job. You came in here all under you. Impressed with the service you. In fact, somebody called me a curmudgeon. When I look at the climate, hard for me to have the glass. But when I see hope for the future. Our eye off the ball and disco became popular. Learn that lesson. Thank you.
I just want to say two things. One, I do believe that our board president also played in the golf tournament this last weekend, and somebody at the table forgot about it. But beyond that, in all seriousness, I want to say that one of the things that we really care about here in North Syracuse is creating model citizens, and the fact that in addition to everything that Jackie read, that Azariah went out of her way to speak her own First Amendment rights this weekend is something that at 18 years old I do not know a lot. 17 or 18 years old, most people would not be doing that. So it seems that good on you and good on the district for creating model citizens that are going to go out and make a difference. So thank you for all your time with us. We're going to miss you a lot.
Any other board comment?
Should be proud of. So let's talk about last week. At the Expo Center, we had 436 graduates, and out of those 436 graduates, 89 were North Syracuse Central School District, but also there were 232 in Cortland. So we had a graduating class from OCM BOCES in the CTE and embedded programs of 668 students. And I was proud that Dr. Ward's daughter went through what I think is one of the outstanding programs. Nick Schultz, who was here earlier, he said his son loves the OCM BOCES carpentry program that he's in. And so I'm hoping, I'll keep pushing this superintendent, to have more students that enter these programs. Because we need them with Mike Ryan coming. We need these kind of programs. That's an amazing number of graduates from 23 school districts. Just some things that I attended that were wonderful was the end of the year concert of CNS. John Nather, this a gentleman They only missed one program over there. There were probably 20 programs through the junior high, Gillette Road, and so forth. He was there every night except for one, and that was because of his son had an event. The awards ceremony for grades 10 through 12 was there. The 39th annual North Syracuse Junior High Honors. I also like to see the little kids, so I went to the Roxborough Middle School 6th grade awards, and today I attended the Roxborough Elementary K through 2 award, and to see those kids get their awards. But more importantly, is the senior class. It is an amazing class. And I'm not just saying it because you're a member of the senior class. This senior class has done more for the community of North Syracuse and Cicero and Mattydale than any class that I know of. And standing there, as she talked about the dollars for scholars, all those kids are not necessarily scholarship given to their community, and that's what that award is all about. What you have done, what sports you've been in, what clubs you've been in, and so forth. But we have our new, oh, you're gonna say something? Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. We don't communicate. All right,
Any other board comments? Azariah?
Okay, so for all of our seniors, today was the last day of classes, and I want to thank administration and the teachers that coordinated the senior picnic. This year was at Arrowhead Lodge, and it was really fun. It was like a picnic, had music, catered food, and like a lot of activities for students to do. Next, I wanted to recognize Ms. Heyman and Mrs. Keynes at the high school for dedicating their last project to a backpack donation drive for Interfaith Works, which is an organization I talked about a little bit before, that dedicates their time to welcoming new Americans to our country. And I wanted to thank, and kind of lastly, this is my last meeting, so I really wanted to thank the board, the associates, Mrs. Herrera, and also our new superintendent, Dr. Ward. Honestly, I feel like words just can't describe what the gratitude I have for all of you. This was an amazing just role and position I had to further my involvement in public service. And every single last one of you guys are just like extremely personable. And it kind of just shows you like the background behind putting together this entire school district is, based on people who are just amazing people. And like, as we've seen, it's not easy coordinating all these meetings, which is why I included Mrs. Herrera. It's like, it's not easy. There's sometimes difficulties, but not only board meetings, but other committee meetings. So it's like, I feel like she has like a really hard job. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of you guys, and always keep in touch. And what Bob was going to get to, my most exciting part of my comments is to introduce our new board member, Richard Gill. You can stand up if you want. Yeah. So some things about Bridget. First of all, she's a superstar in our district. I mean, she's represented in clubs, some of our committees, sports. And the biggest thing about her is just if you put all that aside, you put aside all the good grades and extracurriculars, she has shown an interest in this position for months. I mean, she was, in contact with me and Mrs. Hill about it, inquiring about this position. And that kind of really spoke to me about how much she cares about our students in our district, which is why it was really a no-brainer when it came down to it, and when it came to just looking at all the applicants. And I just wanted to say thank you to Bridget. You guys are going to have an amazing time working with her. And for all the board members, associates, Bridget, keep in touch. I'm always an email away, always available. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And before we move on, Azariah, we have a plaque to give you on behalf of the board. That just all of your dedication, time serving on the board here, and for everything that you've done for our school district. So I'd like. The picture with the board after the meeting. Okay, we'll move on to routine action items. Mark and Mandy, any questions or comments? All in favor? That is other, the consideration of motion to place those before us, Josh and Beth. Any questions or comments? All those. Motion to acknowledge the business office reports for April of 2025. Paul and Beth, any questions or comments? All those in favor? That is unanimous. Acknowledgement, marketable and non-marketable surplus. Do I have a motion for that? Mark and Mandy, any questions or comments on those?
Yeah, I just noticed there were a lot of Chromebooks in here. We have all these Chromebooks are no longer useful and we can't sell them or anything? Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I figured there was an obvious explanation.
Google
but I
extended
didn't
the
understand.
Chrome license 10 years, but still doesn't mean the books last that long.
All right.
No. All those in favor? Unanimous, thank you. Discussion action items. Bonding resolution. It is. Bob, second. Josh,
Can I get Don for the audience at home to the Friday letter explain this better? So people don't think we're like double dipping, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm using the wrong term, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for the bus bonding. So the bottom line is that we, now that the voters have approved the buses, we have to finance, or the vehicles, we have to finance those. We get the aid over 5 years. And so what we do is we ask the board if we can borrow money over that period of time, so that we can match up the revenues with the expense.
Bill? Aye. Aye. Next up, do I have a motion to approve the memorandum of agreement between the North Syracuse Central School District 2025? Josh and Paul, any questions or comments? All those in favor? I have a motion to approve the above resolution to create those in favor? Next is a resolution to create a kindergarten at Smith Road. That resolution, Josh and Bob, any questions or comments?
I want to thank the administration deeply from my heart. To know that class size is very important in this district. And Smith Road Kindergarten was very large, as Beth knows, that it has to be a class size that manageable, but also new kids coming to school. So thank you, Dr. Ward. Thank you, Chris, for doing that. And I would like down the road for you to look at third grade at Roxborough Road Elementary. You have to look at the type of child and that class. I see Mark shaking his head, so he knows. And you mentioned it in our letter that maybe you want to look at that and the earliest if possible. Thank you.
All those in favor? Next, approve the resolution to create 6 and next, a resolution to Josh and Mark, any questions? Next is a resolution to create a approve that resolution. Paul, and Beth. Any questions or comments on this? Yep, this had a couple of meetings ago. They handed, the NSCF provided the district a check for $15,003.91 to cover all of those grants. So motion to accept the gift, Paul and Mandy. All those in favor? Questions or comments? All those in favor? Next, the first reading of the new. That, Mark and Beth, any questions or comments on this? I know we discussed it earlier.
That, will you be bringing the second reading? I will have I will vote for this tonight, but until this goes to students and staff, I believe in this. I'm glad this was passed, but we need our own opinions put in. Is there a deadline that you have to bring it in? That,
Favor? Requirements we have on the agenda tonight. John Haas, an elementary teacher, is retiring with 30.6 years of service. Kelly Farley, an elementary teacher, is retiring with 25 years of service. So as always, we wish all of them a long, happy, and healthy retirement, and thank you to your commitment and dedication to the school district. Executive session before we take personnel items. A is submitted. Mark and Matt. Questions or comments? All those in favor? That is. I have a motion for support. Beth, any questions or comments? All those in favor? Do I have a motion to approve that as Beth? All right. Beth and let's say Josh. Any questions or comments? All right, all those in favor? Adjournment, do I have a second? Josh, all those in favor? That's unanimous and we're adjourned. Thank you.